Welcome, my friends of the interwebs. This is going to be my state of YouTube address. The state of YouTube address. I'm just going to cover some stuff on YouTube, what's going on, the changes, how they're going to affect us personally. Now, before I start that, though, let me tell you, I am not an expert on what's going on YouTube. YouTube has not contacted me to give me any kind of special info. Everything I have to say is going to be speculation on my part, but it will be speculation based on my experience with YouTube since pretty much the beginning of YouTube. Most of you know I've been around since the beginning of time. Well, my MadBadVoodo channel's been around for 5 years, a little over 5 years. But I mean, my RL101 channel was probably started just a few months after YouTube actually launched, so I've seen a lot of changes on YouTube, good, bad, ugly, the whole 9 yards. But I want to cover some of those. I want to talk, there's some big changes going on. People are noticing they're losing subs, they're losing views, so let's talk about that. But before I start that, I want to turn you on to this. That's the wrong one. Okay. The YouTube documentary is going on. A guy named Zmoulton, a channel I should say named Zmoulton, is doing a documentary, and he's asking for everybody's input on this. It should be pretty epic. Now, I am contractually unable to do this, but if I was not contractually unable to do this, I would be so all over it. This dude, Zmoulton, is a really cool guy. He's an Australian. He came up with a pretty neat idea to do this documentary, and so if you want, check him out. I'll leave a link underneath. And you know what? Try to do something for his documentary. I think it'd be really neat. I'm looking forward to see what he comes up with in the end. Hopefully, it's very epic. And you know what? This dude's pretty cool, so it probably will be pretty epic. So anyway, check the link below. Get involved. Because who knows? This may be the end of YouTube as we know it. So why not be part of history? So anyway. Good job, Zmoulton. I wish I could be in it. Let's get back to YouTube, my tube, my channel. All crap all the time. All right. So let's start from the very beginning. YouTube 101. Before Google got their hooks into YouTube, before they bought YouTube, things. Listen, everybody describes that as the good times, and you know what? It was a lot of fun. It was something new. We all felt like we were pioneering something special. We didn't know what to expect when Google bought YouTube. Most of us felt that it probably wasn't going to end up very, very good for any of us, and we were right. I'll give you a little bit of YouTube history. There was a guy on YouTube. He's still here. He's nowhere near as important as he used to be. And I don't mean that out of disrespect, because, I have a lot of respect for the guy. He's one of the founding fathers, I believe, even more so than me. But his channel name, check him out. I'm not going to put a link to him, but his channel name was Reneto. Some of you know who I'm talking about. Probably very few of you know who I'm talking about. But there was a time when Reneto was the king of. Well, in fact, his nickname was the King of YouTube, and he was probably the first. Well, he was the first YouTuber to get any kind of national spotlight. And I can't remember anymore all the news channels and sure Dateline or 2020 or whatever that did things on him. He did this video called. I think it was called Mentos and Diet Coke or something. It was pretty neat. But he became kind of a celebrity, and he was one of the most subscribed to at that moment on YouTube. And he was really riding the wave, and he was a good ambassador for social networking. He really was. And to this day, I think he's a good ambassador. But to give you an idea of what happened to him, or I should say, it's not like he's dead or anything, but he came out with a video. And he explained to people what really, this was after Google bought YouTube. He explained to people how this whole thing really worked. And he kind of like pulled the curtain back to expose the puppet masters that was Google at the time. And what he said was very interesting because, like I said, he was, at that time, one of the most subscribed. I think, I may be wrong about this, but I want to say he was like 13th most subscribed on all of YouTube. Or maybe even higher than that. He was up there. But I remember him saying, he said, people think that, well, he didn't even say people think. I'm going to paraphrase anyway, because it's been so many years since I've seen this. But he basically said, he goes, YouTube tells you that if you interact and you post videos and you comment on people's videos and you subscribe to people and you do the thing, you interact with the community, you play the game. He said, YouTube tells you that you can become successful and you can become a big star on YouTube. And here's the part that got him in trouble. He said, that's not true. That's not the way it works. He said, YouTube literally picks you, and he took his finger and he picks you out of a crowd and places you up at the top where they want you. And people, I remember at the time, people were like, well, how do they do that? And he's like, look, they control search. They control who sees what. You know, they can make sure people see your videos or not. Now, there were always things that they couldn't control, but for the most part, he was dead on. Now, what did he get for his trouble of exposing the Google machine of YouTube? Well, let's put it this way. Renato, from that point on, didn't get the views he used to get. That's just a sad fact of it. It just really is. I don't know how many subscribers he has today. I think somewhere around 40,000, which is nowhere near enough to be anywhere close to the top of YouTube. He's no longer the king of YouTube. That's just a fact. And I've always speculated that the reason he's not is because of what he had to say. You know, and, you know, it is what it is. You know, YouTube, or I should say Google, are control freaks. They want to control everything. And that brings me to the point of why I'm doing this video at all. You know, one, you know, I am who I am. I've never been a sub whore. I've never been one of those people. I've always cared that people see my videos, but I mean, I've never really cared that I had 100 million subs or any of that stuff. A lot of people are going crazy lately because they notice that they're losing a lot of subs. There's lots of changes going on right now, and none of them is good for us. Not one of them is going to be good for us. That's just the simple fact of it. But let me show you real quick. In fact, I don't want to be too scatterbrained on this, but you know me, I lose focus pretty quickly. Okay, here's my sub count. I'm going to try to zoom in. I don't want to lose it, but this is my flip cam, so it's probably not going to show too well. But anyway, my subscriber shows 10,893. A few days ago, I had 11,300. Okay, now what's happening is that YouTube is deleting dead accounts. Which, you know what, that's their right to do, and it's probably not a bad idea. They should have been doing it every 6 months anyway. But I'm assuming, and I don't know what criteria they're using. I have no clue. But having said that, I've lost a lot of subscribers, and I know a lot of other people have too. Now, I don't know if they're deleting accounts that haven't been around for a year. I don't know if they're deleting accounts that haven't been around for 2 years. I mean, what I mean by not having been around is people who haven't logged in. You know, I have no idea. But whatever they're doing it, and it's having an effect. YouTube. Well, and that's fine. You know, ultimately, if they're trying to clean up and get rid of some dead space on their servers, that's probably a pretty smart thing to do. But I wish they would have let us know in advance, and I wish they would have at the very least told us, and maybe they did in some obscure way that I'm not aware of, but I wish they would have told us, you know, what the criteria was. So am I going to be at 10,893 subs today, and then maybe tomorrow be at 5,000 subs? I have no idea. Now, this channel, the MadBadVoodo channel, has been up for over 5 years. So in that 5-year time period, there have been plenty of people who have came and who have went. You know, they're people who sign up for YouTube, they watch some videos, they either lose interest, and maybe that's after a week or maybe that's after a couple of years, but then they go away and they never sign back onto YouTube, you know, and that becomes a dead account for all intents and purposes, you know. And considering I've been on YouTube for 5 years, I'm actually kind of surprised that I haven't lost more subs, but you know, maybe there's more just going to be losing in the future. I have no idea. So anyway, but I wanted to show you, okay, we're all pretty much aware by now. Let me go to the front page of YouTube. We're all pretty much aware by now of the changes. One of the worst changes that they did, in my opinion, was this mess. Because if I watch, for example, this video here, okay, I always give people I sub to a thumbs up, just the way I roll. And typically I give them a comment, but I don't. I'll come back and give him a comment later. Oh, you know what? I'll do this real quick. Alright. Thumbs up. I will come back and watch this, brother, I promise you. Okay, I'm just, for now, for demonstration purposes. Okay, as you notice, that video, the Glock versus FNS 9, is still there. And that becomes a real pain in the butt for all of us because there's no way to get rid of it. I've watched it, but there's no way to get rid of it. And so then I go through, I watch, and then I find myself having to load more. Well, if you subscribe to a lot of people, that becomes just one giant pain in the ass. So what happens is people, let's say for example, I go through so much and I'm done. Let's say for example I get down to, oh, I don't know, Corey 07 Inc. Range Fun with Erica, by the way, very cool channel. At some point I'm just so sick and tired of loading new videos up, and you just lose people. So all these people underneath, like the Eltopian, I don't end up getting to see, you know, which is really too bad. This dude here is really cool. There he is. He's really cool. I don't end up getting to see them. Now, probably the better way to actually view videos, though, which, by the way, this is why the view counts are down. You know. Oh, let's check. 79 trades. I'm out just real quickly. Scotty DTV. Oh, hell. You know, this... Anyway, his first car was a 79 TA. I'm just saying. All right. Listen to me, I'm a scared brain. Okay, let's go to subscriptions. I'm going to go to subscriptions. This is probably the better way to view people's videos. For sure. Go to subscriptions and watch them here. You still can't get rid of the ones you've watched, but I think you'll have a better chance of at least watching more of the ones that have just been put out. But why has YouTube done this? Listen, here's the thing. Oh my God, I'm already at the 12-minute mark. Here's the thing. YouTube is changing, and the only thing I can say is I believe that they want to be another Hulu or another Netflix. YouTube is trying to control what we view. One of the things that YouTube's never really cared for is the fact that, you know, we view who we want to view. We like who we want to like. I mean, YouTube's always been kind of like, well, they try to funnel people. Like I said with Veneto earlier, he told you they pick people out and they put them up at the top as stars. But the fact of the matter is that YouTube doesn't want us to watch who we want to watch. They want us to watch who they want us to watch, if that makes any sense. YouTube is spending $100 million on original content. Okay, what they've done is they've created 100 what they're calling producer channels. Okay, like my channel is called a director channel, and some people's channels are called guru channels. But the producers channels are new channels. Now they created 100 of them, and they funded those. Now I don't know that they funded all of them equally. Like I said, I don't know if they gave each channel $1 million or whatever. But I do know that Google is spending $100 million on original programming. You know, they've bought, or they're buying programming from Disney Channel, from Madonna. But some of the bigger YouTubers like Philip DeFranco was issued. Now I've been told 3 producer channels. Okay, now I don't know about you, but I've not been asked if I wanted to have a producer's channel. I didn't make the cut apparently. But nobody's going to spend $100 million on original content unless they feel that they can funnel people's views to that. So does that mean that there's only going to be 100 channels in the future that we can watch? That remains to be seen, but I wouldn't be shocked. I really wouldn't be shocked. You know, I mean, ultimately, this is a business for YouTube. They're trying to figure out how to make money at, and that's fine, you know. But for all of us, this may be the end. You know, it may be the end. Now, whether they allow us to continue to post videos, I think they will to some extent. I think the idea of getting rid of the dead accounts at least gives them a good idea of who's left. I think people like me that aren't partners, I think we're probably next on the chopping block. I think people who don't produce very many videos will be on the chopping block. People who don't have very many views on their videos could be on the chopping block. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, it's a big mystery to all of us. You know, all I know is that after well over 5 years of being on YouTube, for the first time, I don't feel confident that YouTube will be there for me in the future as far as a place that I can share my thoughts, share my life with people. I mean, you know, now. All right, I'm already at 15 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the next stage of this. What are our options? Okay, well, I would say it's always good to have a plan B. All right, and I'm going to give you a plan B. I encourage you all to look for other plan Bs. If you find some that you find interesting, please let me know about them. Okay, let me show you the first one on my list of options. There's a YouTuber named MadBadVoodo. Very cool dude. I've known him a long time. He's one of the, original bloggers, one of the OBs on the YouTube, and he runs a site that is called iTube, and there will be a link underneath here for his iTube site. You can sign up and post your videos here. It's just a social networking site, a video posting site. It's a Ning site, but it's very cool. Let me show you. I'll go to my profile. I've belonged to iTube for a long time now, and it works pretty well. You know, now you're not going to have the access to the millions of people or potential viewers that you would with YouTube, but you know, it is what it is. And I think I've got, I don't know how many videos I've got up here. I think like my videos, I think I've got like, well, let's see, view all. Not a ton. I think maybe like 8 or 10 videos up here. I don't do a lot of posting here, but I do like it. And MadBadVoodo is a very cool dude. His name's Les. Les is a very, very cool dude. I'm sure he would be happy for you guys to come and post videos over on iTube. The other option, there's a lot of buzz going around right now on Zipcast. If you go over to Zipcast, by the way, and I'll have a link underneath to Zipcast, look me up. I did spell my MadBadVoodo name correctly, which means 2 O's at the end, mainly because I was sober when I started this account, unlike when I started my MadBadVoodo account on YouTube. I have not posted any videos yet here. I've only got 13 subscribers. I have no videos up, but it's, I tried to post videos not long ago. There's pretty much a mass exodus of YouTube, and a lot of people are coming to Zipcast. Zipcast has a feel very similar to the old YouTube. Let me go to the home page. Right now it's running really slow because there's so many new users coming on. Everybody's kind of running over to Zipcast. They needed to get some stuff tweaked out on their uploader. I couldn't upload a video when I tried, but I know plenty of people that have successfully uploaded videos. So, I don't know whether that was, just me or whether they were just having site issues at that particular moment. Well, I guess I didn't mean to do that. So I don't know. There's some like Brooklyn preppers over here. There's some YouTubers that you're going to recognize, but it's very much in its infancy. It reminds me an awful lot of YouTube when I first got on YouTube. To me, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So check Zipcast out. I think it may be the next YouTube. Now, they've got a lot of work to do right now. They're taking donations. They say they're expanding their bandwidth and all that stuff, and it's supposedly going to get faster, and their uploaders are supposedly going to get better. You know what? Like I said, they're in their infancy. But definitely an option for us, definitely a plan B. So, that's what I got for you. I got iTube and I got Zipcast. Those are the plan Bs for me. If you got any, let me know in the comments section or send me a PM or something. Let me know what your thoughts are. Make a video and let me know what your thoughts are and post it to this video. I personally feel like, the YouTube as we know it is coming to an end. And listen, I'm not one of those people that I've always been pretty easygoing about changes on YouTube. And I've always been very respectful of the fact that, Google needs to be able to make money, but the fact is that these changes aren't good. They're not good for us. They're not good for the little people. And when I see them creating special channels that they're pouring hundreds or $100 million in, yeah. And it goes back to what Renato said. They pick who they want to be up there. The thing of it is that YouTube over the last, I don't know, so many years, has had millions and millions and millions of people view. If they couldn't figure out how to make money with that kind of viewership, then maybe they didn't deserve to make any money. I have a bad feeling they're going to screw this up and they're going to Netflix themselves. I predict that if they screw all those little guys, they will be the next Netflix. That's what I predict. I believe they will be screwed. Anyway, listen, that's all I got for you. See ya!